A lot of the new guys really excelled today. It looks like Higgins did a nice job down low.
Higgins had a couple, and it was my first chance to see Dennis Weidman, other than obviously playing against him in a while. And I thought overall it was a good scrimmage. I mean, we went hard yesterday for 3 hours, and between on ice and off ice, and today we practiced for a good hour before the scrimmage. So I was happy to see the tempo stayed where it was, considering that.
How about Michael Froelich? I mean, he goes to get that. He showed you something today, right? He gets hurt a little bit into the boards, comes back later, and scores.
Yeah, big year for Michael. He's already accomplished a lot for a young player, but I think he can really establish himself this year as a top end NHL forward, and I think he's capable of doing that.
You definitely project him as a 30-plus guy, right? Goals.
I think so. I don't see any reason why he can't be. He's getting bigger and stronger every year. He's always been confident with the puck, but there's no reason he shouldn't be.
I know it's early, people. That line of it was Stillman and Mathias and Higgins looked good. Would that be a nice 2 or 3 type line? What do you see out of that line? Maybe.
Well, I'd like to. I mean, we're one scrimmage into camp. It would be nice. Yeah, obviously scoring was a big issue last year, and we need secondary scoring primarily. Stephen Weiss is going to get his goals. David Booth, if he's healthy, like he looks now, is going to get his goals, and so is Froelich. It's the secondary scoring that we really lacked last year, and we've got to find it somewhere. Whether it's Reinprecht and some people, or Mathias and some people who I thought Sean really looks good in camp. Made a nice play today. We've got to get some goals out of our fourth line. I think I don't have the stats in front of me, but I think our third and fourth line scoring, would have been in the bottom 10% of the league for sure.
You talk about Booth. What is your take on him the first couple of days, seeing him?
Looks great. He's always in great shape. He's always a hard-working guy. He really looks good on the ice. He's comfortable. He's taking contact. He's given some hits. He's taken some hits, and that's all good stuff.
Have you, in your career, junior as well, have you had a player that had that kind of concussion have come back? How do you handle a player knowing, especially he went through the second one last year too?
Well, there's no special way you can handle him. He has to have a comfort level to come back on the ice. Those guys don't come back unless they feel good, and they have to be honest with themselves. Concussions aren't like a broken arm or a broken leg. You're really relying on self-diagnosis and self-analysis of the symptoms. So David's pretty honest. He understands the ramifications of multiple ones, and he feels good, so that's good news.
Going back to Higgins, he had the big year 2-3 years ago, had some injuries. Yeah. Last year with the Rangers, he had a lot of chances, wasn't able to bury it, and didn't end up with the goals that he wanted. You talk about guys with a chance here.
Yeah.
A good chance for him here, right?
Yeah. You know what? I got great reports on him. I talked to Adam Graves, who was with the Rangers last year. He said the same thing. Created a lot of chances. Coaches loved him. He just didn't. They just didn't go in for him. Talked to Brent Sutter in Calgary. Same thing. They would have liked to have had him back. All the scouting reports on this guy are great. I looked at his shot totals over the last 3 or 4 years. I mean, the one year he had 27, 28, they were higher, but, the shot totals last year were the same as the years he had, 20-plus goals. They just didn't go in for him. So hopefully, there's no reason he can't bounce back to being what he should be, which is a 20-goal scorer.
He looked like Santorelli was all over the ice. What do you like about this guy?
Yeah. He's got good speed, good skill. I mean, here's a guy that, has done, I think, almost everything you can do at the American League level, and, just needs an opportunity. So he's going to have to show us through exhibition games that he beat somebody out.
Hindsight's 20/20, but in retrospect, do you guys wish you may have let Booth sit out the entire year last year?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we played that situation, I think, about as safe as we could. I think he wanted to come back even earlier than we allowed him to come back. I think everybody felt comfortable, especially David, which was the most important guy, that he was ready to go. So, again, you know what? You have to go with what the player is feeling and what his self-diagnosis is for the most part, and he was feeling great, and took a fluke hit.
Anything on Kulikov?
You know what? I mean, I think Cooley's bigger, stronger. He looked great in practice. I didn't think he had the best scrimmage today, but it's early. I'm not worried about Kulikov. He's going to be a big part of our defense.
Well, he came off limping. That's,
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'll check it out.
Pete, any of the young guys, any rookies stand out today? I mean, Grabner got a goal, but
Yeah.
did you feel like some of the young defensemen?
You know what? I think it's just again, it's one scrimmage. You're trying to watch everything. I was happy with the pace. The nice thing for me was no one really looked totally out of place, which is nice for a main camp. I mean, I think we made the right decisions on the guys we brought from rookie camp here, because they all look like they belong out there.
You mentioned earlier that Frolik is a big year for Frolik. You have a lot of guys in their contract year this year.
Yeah.
As a coach, is that a good thing?